The legendary Earl Hays Press has been printing material for the film industry since 1915. Every newspaper, license plate, book, passport, product, or dollar bill has to be designed and fabricated so that it can be cleared for the big screen. And these folks have been doing this for well over 100 years. I recently got to wander through the warehouse and chat with Michael Corrie, who has taken on the monumental task of cataloging and archiving this important collection. So, Michael, we're in one of the few places in this building of stuff that Earl Hays did not self-produce.
Yes.
Tell me what these are.
So what we're surrounded by is a smattering, and I mean a tiny smattering, of the collected reference art that Earl Hays has collected up over the last 100 years.
Oh.
When they would make something for film, they'd say, hey, we need a poster that looks like this.
Right.
They'd go find something similar and make their own version of it.
Right. I'm always thinking of research in terms of the internet, but for most of Earl Hays' history, they've had to go to libraries and bake sales and flea markets to find their reference.
Or old man Earl Hays, the founder of the company. Back in his day, he traveled the world constantly. There's notebooks down here of hand-sketched license plates from foreign countries so that he
Because that would be the only way he'd get that information, of course.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he would buy massive collections of art. He would buy out old printing shops that were closing down. He would buy old advertising companies, their collections, so that he could send it back here and they'd have it as reference. And in the process of archiving this place, I've found right around 17,000 pieces of art like this.
And these are all original pieces of art. Holy cow.
Some of them came to Earl Hays Press because of deals that were made with the owners that came after Earl Hays, and some of it came from state departments from all over the world, and some of it came from Earl Hays' travels. He would just buy stuff to buy it.
But all of it is informed by the need for this place to create accurate simulacrums of wherever Hollywood stories needed to come from.
Absolutely they would. Like the one piece behind you, the big giant Stalin. So this 6-foot-tall Stalin was replicated from the ones that you would see in Soviet offices. This was made for 1947's Jet Pilot with John Wayne. When he's in the Soviet consulate, it's probably a test pattern that was made or one of several, because I don't know that it's the screen-matched piece.
Gotcha.
But the way it was made matches the one you see on the screen. And there's a Lenin version of this, a little smaller, but we have the whole set. And these were made for that film.
And so this film was made in
47, I think.
47. So in
48.
47 again, it's not like you could go down to the library and just figure out what big paintings of Stalin might have looked like in a consulate.
Right. Yeah.
It was all already research that Hays was doing and buying up original constructivist posters and things.
All of these things that they would then sit on. And for the last 100 years, when they were done with it, it went on a shelf. And it just accumulated and accumulated and accumulated. Wow. And some of it, in fairness, isn't in the greatest of shape anymore. But some of it, like this poster and that Garden of Allah movie poster over there, they're hyper rare. And we've seen advertisements here for products that there's no reference to anywhere.
Right.
That probably no one's ever
lost
seen.
To history, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm going to say this in every video we do together, but I'm so glad that you and Earl Hays as an organization and an enthusiast have found each other, because, I mean, this is the very definition of institutional knowledge, right? It's why physical prop makers make, I think, often the better CG artists at building stuff, because they have the institutional knowledge of the physicality. And this is a palace to the right institutional knowledge to sell the paper ephemera from a world.
It is, and being able to be a part of not only the archiving and preservation of it, but also the story of this place that is so unknown by so many has been wonderful.
I hope that you're thinking about an exhibition or a set of exhibitions of highlighting this stuff.
Well, right now, one of the main problems for Earl Hays is they're out of room, which is what kind of set this whole thing off. Is they've run out of room because
storage is expensive.
Storage is expensive, especially in LA. And a lot of it is actually going to be auctioned off.
I'm really glad that you're looking towards auctioning stuff off, especially because that is wonderful revenue generating, but it also makes that piece extant within film history. It doesn't just disappear into the ether.
And it doesn't have to just go on a shelf and get forgotten. Someone can put it in their home and appreciate it for what it is and know that it came from this, quite frankly, unrivaled collection. I've never even heard of another collection like this before.
No, there's no other case in my life where I have replicated so many props that were made in a single location.
Right.
Right. There's just no.
No, yeah, same business, because I've replicated stuff that came out of here, and then when I found it, and it's like, I was so wrong, you know.
Always wrong. Always wrong with the color timing and the kerning.
Something is always off, and then when you look at it, it's curses, but also, now I know.
I love the variance and scope of all of this reference material.
And that shelf right there, that rack is covered in art. Pull a piece down.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pull what looks like a very old thing down.
Yeah. Oh, I know what this one is. I've seen everything in here with my own eyes.
So this is backed on linen.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
This is 1/4 of a billboard advertisement for a French film.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like I shouldn't have even unrolled it. It's
well,
so
the best part is that the international standard for handling antique paper is clean, dry hands.
I know that. I discovered that recently.
Yeah. So we're safe in handling it so long as we're careful, because as you can see, obviously it's separating.
It's literally falling.
It's
in pieces.
deteriorating, and some of it, unfortunately, some of this art is beyond saving.
Really?
Yeah. There are pieces that we found. I found an original. It was from dated it right around 1888. It's for Uncle Tom's Cabin, a stage production.
Oh my gosh.
That's in terrible condition, absolutely dreadful. The bonus is that Earl Hays never bought one, and we found 4 more,
Amazing.
one of which is immaculate. So,
incredible.
And stuff like that, because of the subject matter, the intention is to send it off to the Jim Crow Museum as a donation, so that it's used for educational purposes.
All right, I'm opening
Got
this
another
one
one?
too. You want to grab
Yeah,
the top?
absolutely. Oh, that's Lennon.
Oh my God, how beautiful.
1972.
1972.
Yeah.
I must say, from a graphic design standpoint, I think that Russian constructivist design is one of the most beautiful. I got to hand it to them.
Yeah,
the stark contrast, the colors, the lines.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful, and we found a whole container full of it was Hungarian art. It was travel art and workers' propaganda from when Hungary was under communist rule.
Oh my gosh!
And it's absolutely immaculate, and it's beautiful.
All right,
let's see what this guy is. Oh, this is such an interesting thing to unroll, and this is the thing that you run into. This is very clearly a circus poster.
Yeah.
But you notice it's blank.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of companies back in the day that they would print these generic images, and a circus would come along, buy the image, and they'd paint the name up there. So we have a ton of this here that is blank circus art.
Wow!
And vaudeville and follies. It was a common practice, and even productions, plays would do it too.
Of course, because it's an economy of scale for the imagery, and this is 4-color process.
Yep.
This is a real offset print. You can actually see the halftone patterns of the color plates.
Literal thousands of these pieces.
Literal thousands.
No, I'm not joking when I say that. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And condition varies, of course, because of the storage they weren't intended to be preserved. They were just intended to be used. And then
right, this was actual stock, not reference necessarily, or even considered an artifact.
No, not to them.
Right.
It wasn't until 20 years ago people started to care about stuff from film.
I really dig this party trick that you've got, that everything you open is some new piece of
this is right behind you, actually. This is again, this is an example of if you have one, you have none.
Right, right. Wow.
Which this is from 1969. So this is the height of the space race.
Right. And I mean, they're going to be looking at things when they're trying to replicate a period piece, even down to like where there's overlaps in the printing plates. They're going to work on getting that right, depending on the film.
Yeah, and I don't know that these were ever used as reference for a film, or if they were put in a film, which is entirely plausible because the Cold War.
Yeah, right, fair enough.
No one cared.
Okay, I'm grabbing a piece of linen here. All right.
Ah, yes, French lottery.
French lottery?
Yeah, this is the French lottery. This is from 1932. Yep.
Look at them, just releasing their cornucopia of riches to
monies.
The world.
Yeah.
On the winged Pegasus tricycle, I guess.
It's probably been 80 years since that image has seen human eyes, because they would have only printed enough for wherever that lottery was,
right,
and then changed it the next time a lottery came around. And you can tell that this was used in a film because it's been painted over. It's been modified.
Oh, wow. Wait.
Some piece of information was obscured.
Oh, my goodness. Like a date, a year.
A year. So
16th of April.
And then whatever year.
That way they don't date the film. Oh, my gosh. That's great. Oh, my goodness. Dude, I'm... So you're coming out for like a few weeks at a time on repeat? Is that how this is currently working?
Yeah, because I'm a prop master on stage in Chicago.
Okay.
I work in the theater in Chicago. And I'm actually getting ready to move out here because of this work and because I've moved more into the film industry now, a prop maker and special effects and all that. And this has just been, it started as a hobby, it became a passion, and now it's my goal to not only save this amazing place, Earl Hays Press, so that they can continue to operate another 100 years, but also to discover this treasure that's here, because it's endless, as you see.
Really endless
and then you
treasure.
look over there's more of it, and to give you an understanding of scale, this is what is upstairs is paled by what's downstairs still.
Okay.
It's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pieces.
Well, Michael, I'm sure we're going to have more to discuss as you dive deeper and deeper down this rabbit hole. I'm so thrilled to join you, even peripherally, man. This is so beautiful.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I probably will find another 100 pieces by the time you get to the car.
Incredible.